Alright guys, it's been a while since I've done a video. Been very busy with the work at my job, so this hobby had to take a bit of a backseat for a while. I've been still doing bits and pieces of it, tearing down some boards, stuff like that, but I haven't got time really to take out the video camera until now and sit down and actually do another video. So on this video, what I'm going to talk about, I've been asked by a few people online there, just talking to people about what I take off the boards, what I take out of the hard drives, stuff like that. So what people might miss, what people don't take off, what I take off that I think is of value. So if you're not already a subscriber and you're watching this channel, please subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know where you're from, what you're into, stuff like that on the what you're hoping to get out of this recycling. If you see something I miss on a video that you to take off a board that you think is worth taking off, let me know. I'll look into it, see if it's something that I should be taking off the boards. So I'll start off first with talking about just your general laptop boards, stuff like that, what I take off the boards. So this is just run-of-the-mill laptop board. What I remove off them, if you look at my previous videos, you see where I used a heat gun to remove virtually everything off the board. Sometimes I'll just cherry pick some stuff when I'm passing a bit of time, if it's a wet evening and something like that, which is like today in Ireland, it's wet this evening. So I'll just cherry pick a few bits off this evening. A few of the stuff that isn't the major stuff on it, most people probably don't even bother picking them off, but that's what I'll be doing today and talking about on this video. So we already know about the black cap BGAs there, the little gold chip in the corner. I remove them. I won't be picking them off today. I'll remove them with the heat gun when I'm doing that at a later stage when I'm doing all the rest of the boards. Same with this, I'll remove these with the heat guns. Then I'll remove the gold pins in another video. I'll show you in another video what I do with these when I remove off the board, how I break them down further again. Same here again, I'll remove that with the heat gun off the board. Gold pins here, I'll remove them off with the heat gun. But what I want to talk to today about is some of the little items that I'll be removing. So in this video, what I'll be removing is these little Mlccs. That's what I like to remove some evenings, just to pass a bit of time. I'll remove these little Mlccs and I'll gather them up. Some people look at them and they go, oh geez, what's the point in spending so much time taking them off? If it's a wet evening, nothing better for doing, I'll remove them off. Weight percentage, so I would say for the amount of precious metal per weight, these are very good. They're very high. Reading on forums, reading what some of the guys are getting up to 10% of precious metal per weight out of them. So going on that, if you had a kg of these Mlccs, 10% of that weight is precious metal. If you have a kg of these, 10% of them is not going to give you precious metals. So for the size of them, they do give a big return on them. The main thing in them, silver, platinum, that's what you're going to be getting out of them. Some people are saying they're getting gold out of them. I haven't seen too many videos with a very big percentage of gold being taken from them. It's mainly platinum and silver you're getting from these little Mlccs. Now if I'm wrong, please let me know. If you're getting a lot of gold recovery from them, if you're getting a certain percentage, share it with us. Let us know what you're getting. Share it so people can see what you're getting. So all I do to remove these is I just get my little chisel, I just put it in under it and I loosen it, and that is it removed. So it's very hard to see it there. I'll try and move it there into my hand. So that's it in there. That's what I'm moving there, the Mlccs. There's plenty of videos on how to process them. I hope to do a video, I just have to drop in it. Hope to do a video on processing these myself at some stage, but at the moment I'm just mainly gathering. I want to have a good amount of stuff gathered, so when I do go to process, my yield should be fairly high. It'll be worth my time doing it. So all I do with these is, again, I just have a little tub. I'll store them in it. When I'm taking them off, I just leave them on the top there, and I just leave them. Some of them look like Mlccs, but they're a black colour. Now I'm reading online again, The black ones do not contain any precious metals. They're saying a lot of people who process them saying they're not worth collecting. So again, when you were taking them off the board, if you, I'll do it before I put these in. I won't throw the black ones in. I'll put them in a separate tub. I won't throw them in with the rest. So that when I'm processing, I'll process the black ones separately, just for my own to see, is there any precious metals in them, what sort of yield I'm getting off them if there is, and compare them with the regular MLCCs. So I'll gather them. So again, that board there, I'll have a lot of these little MLCCs scattered around it. So it's just a matter of finding where they are on the board, just having a quick look around. So here again, we have 2 more of them here. So again, I'll just get my chisel. I'll just put the chisel in under them. So once I have the chisel in, I just pry them off. So again, there's another one. So I'll just put them there with the rest. And we'll see here now, there's another one I've taken off. I'll just get them up. So again, there he is there. Now, when if you run the heat gun over them all and knock everything off into a bucket, you take everything out and you can go looking through the small crumbles of them and find them that way. But I prefer to, before I put the heat gun at all on the board, just to remove any I see that are there. So again, I'll just remove that one. So I'll put the chisel under it and I just have it there. Now the chisel I'm using isn't very sharp, so again, if it does slip, it's not going to pierce my skin, because this is a very blunt chisel. But usually I would wear gloves on them, but for this video it's a bit hard to pick up the MLCCs with the gloves on it. So when I'm doing a video, it makes it a bit harder for doing it. So again, I have 2 more here. Just run the chisel under them and I have them there. So again, I'll just put them up here. So that's what I do with the boards. So the MLCCs, that's all I'm going to be doing this evening. When I'm finished with the video, I have a lot of boards to go through. I just remove the MLCCs, add them to the tub. Graphics cards. So graphics cards, again, on the board, or when I remove the graphics cards, what I remove from the graphics cards before I start getting the heat gun to them, I'll trim off the gold finger. So again, I'll trim that off, put it in with my RAM trimmed fingers. So I'll trim off them. Tantalums. So again, there's good value on them online per kg of tantalums. So same idea again, all I'm doing with the tantalums when I'm removing them, putting the chisel in around them, wiggle the chisel around underneath them until I loosen it. And that's the tantalum removed. So again, straightforward, just keep removing them that way, put them in the little tub, they build up over time. Again, on this side, another large tantalum here. So again, I can remove him by putting the chisel in at the side, and I just move it to the side until I break it free from the board. So again, that's my tantalum removed from the board. You have these yellow tantalums. Again, I like to separate the tantalums. You have yellows and you have black tantalums that I can find. There's other colours. The main ones I take off the board are the yellow and the black tantalums. And then I don't process them myself. I collect them up and hope to process them at some stage or sell them on per kg for the kgs, but I want to get a good lot of them on before I do that. The other stuff, I'll remove them with the heat gun. I'll remove all these with the heat gun. Again, I'll heat the back here with the heat gun, and I'll get out the gold pins from the socket here. When that falls out, I'll just pull out the gold pins. Again, I'll put all the gold pins in a jar, collect them up. I've already removed, I removed that with a chisel. I removed the Black Cat BGA gold cornered one. So again, all I done was put the chisel in underneath and I wedged it until I got it free and I released it. The heat gun does it quicker. I just done it just with while I was testing out the chisel to see how sharp it was or how good it was for what I wanted to do later. You can remove these if you don't have a heat gun, or you don't want the smell that sometimes comes from the heat guns. You can remove them with the chisel. All I do, if I was removing them with the chisel, is I run down along the side. Now this chisel isn't as sharp as the other ones, but it may be good enough to do it. So that's it. I just run it down along the side. I cut one side off. Just move that from side to side. That releases the little chip. So again, I'll put that in with all my other IC chips for processing at a later stage, where I hope to do a video on incinerating them, crushing them down, and getting the gold bonding wires out of them. So again, that's what I'll be doing with my all the boards that get the graphics card boards, stuff like that, the slot card boards. Okay, so the other items I want to talk about are these hard drives. So again, what I do on the main, we just talk about the boards on the hard drives. So I've already removed the screws on this to release the board, hopefully from the back of the hard drive. So again, on the board, I have gold pins that I can get out. The IC chips again, and again the Mlccs. So again, the main thing I'm looking for tonight on boards is Mlccs. That's what I'm working on tonight, is the Mlccs. So again, I'm just going to put that in under there, and I'm just going to free the Mlccs. So I'll just tip them out into my hand. So I've just ran that there, and I've got my little two very small ones. So I have five little Mlccs there. Again, just add them to the collection of that I'm here on top, and I'll run through that later and remove the black ones from it, and just keep them separate, put the black ones into a different tub. So that was there. Again, I'm just having a quick gander around it, quick look. So again, I have Mlcc here, Mlcc here, Mlcc here. So I'll just quickly get the chisel and remove the Mlcc. So again, I'll leave that aside, and I'll carry that on later. You don't need me to see me wasting time taking them all off. So that's what I do with them hard drive boards when I remove them from the actual hard drives themselves. That's what I'll remove off today. Again, the heat gun, I'll run the heat gun across here. That'll release the socket here, and then I can remove the gold pins from that and add them into my jar of gold pins that I'm building up as well. So that's another thing. CD-ROM from laptops. So again, a lot of people mightn't bother taking these apart. They mightn't go to the effort of it. They might think it's not worth it. Possibly isn't worth it. It's just when I'm here, bored, whatever, in the evening, I've nothing to do, it's a wet evening, I'll just remove them. So again, I've removed what visible screws I could have already seen, and I'll try and get into this. So I'll use the chisel to try and release this from each other. Hopefully I can. I probably missed a screw somewhere. Okay. Here's the screw, is it? I missed a screw on this corner. So I'll just take out the old screwdriver set, and we'll remove that and come. So we want. So that's the worst of these things, is the amount of screws that does be in any of these items that takes up the time. Some evenings I'll go ahead and I'll start removing screws out of a lot of stuff and try and get as much stuff released before I even do anything. So, are we missing another screw somewhere? No, we've just clips down here on this side. Okay. Now, so again, we have another board here, and so if we have another quick look at the board, what I'll be looking at here is the tantalums. We've tantalums on it, IC chips that can be removed, some gold pins in here that can be removed. So again, quickest way I'd find with these is the heat gun to remove the IC chips. The tantalums I'll remove with a chisel this evening, and I'll just add them to the thing. So we'll have a look under the other side of the board and see what we have under there that's worth taking out. Okay, so again, that's silver well, not silver, it's a silver colour. I'd have to check to see if that's actual silver connections on it, or is it just an aluminium sort of connections, foil connections. If it's silver that's there, I'll cut that off and I'll put that into my silver when I'm refining silver to get that. Most of it then is scrap steel inside of here. Possibly another little board under here, but I'll move that at a later stage. We'll just have a quick look at this board. So again, what I'll be looking there, as I was saying, was your IC chip, not your IC, your IC chips, your tantalums on it. The far side again, tantalums, IC chips. Sometimes again you will have Mlccs, but this one doesn't have the Mlccs. So again, all I'll do is remove the tantalums from it. Okay, that's it. I'm just going to turn down the telly there. It's just decided to come on. Sorry about that. So that's what I'll do. I'll just remove the tantalums, add them to my collection of tantalums. So chisel again, it's just in underneath them, wiggle it around, and that'll release the little tantalums. So I'll build them up. You don't find building them up over time. So that's what I remove from the little disk drives from the laptops. Floppies, again, a lot of people think not worthwhile, nothing on a floppy. I'm not going to bother taking it apart, doing anything with it. I like to take it apart. I like to know what's inside everything, in case I find someday the magic stash. Oh, my telly again has decided to start coming back on. I'm just going to pause this and I'll just reset the telly. Oh, sorry about that. Back again. So again, hard drives, or not hard drives, floppy drives. A lot of these are on the older computers, older laptops. So this one is from a computer. So again, I've removed most of the screws that I can physically see on it. And it's just a matter of releasing the clips from it. So again, it's just steel, that's all that's on there. So again, we have a quick look at the board and see what's worth taking off the board. So on this board, on this side, all I see is IC chips. Another little IC chip. A few screws, so we'll just remove what screws we can and see what's under them. So hopefully, again, there might be some MLCCs, few IC chips maybe the other side with a bit of luck. If not, this is a fairly low grade board anyhow. Most of us know that. No, so that again, low grade board, very little on this board. Some of them I've come across have had MLCCs, and some of them don't. So again, sometimes these little cardboard connection strips inside have gold on them, but sometimes they don't. So the ones are a bit, I'll have to get pliers to remove them in a while. So on this, nothing of value at all, only the two little IC chips. So again, I'm not going to bother using the heat gun to remove them, waste electricity to get them off. I'll just cut them off with the chisel and remove that board. So very low grade board. Heat gun I'll possibly use here on this solder here to remove there to get the gold pins. So again, you see previous videos where I used the heat gun. So again, nothing in that of value, great value. DVD drive from a computer desktop. So again, I've already removed the screws to allow me access into it. So this side of the board, nothing of value, only one IC chip. And again, a lot of these IC chips don't contain gold in them. Some do, but these ones I've been looking online, from what I'm reading, if correct, very low quantity of gold on them. So again, we'll remove the so again, it's a silvery colour, possibly silver, possibly just aluminium, tin. Same that side, and same that side. Now some of these I have found have gold on them, gold ribbons. So again, I'll just cut them off and put them with my gold. So looking at the actual board itself, IC chips, IC chips, IC chips, a few MLCCs. So very small MLCCs on this board. Again, very simple to remove. Just put my chisel in under where they are. Quick move of the chisel, and we have them removed actually onto the chisel there. So very, very small. But again, I'll just throw them in there, add them to it. A lot of the small boards like that, I won't bother doing the MLCCs. They're too small, too much effort for the size of them. I'll just use the heat gun and release them from that way, and see how I can get them back out of the crumble at some stage. So again, I can cut them down there if I want and remove them with the chisel, or I can do the heat gun on them when I'm doing these to release again the gold pins here. I'll just use the heat gun to release them. So that was just something I wanted to do a quick video on. What's on these sort of low grade boards. So it's all the same. Again, this is from an actual computer, not a laptop. So again, if you look in here, you'll see a lot of MLCCs usually in around this area. So to remove them, I'll just put the chisel in, and that releases them out. So we have our MLCCs again that I can process with the rest of the MLCCs. So again, I just throw them in with the rest of them, and they don't be long building up. As you can see, this is some I've removed this week from boards. Some of them are quite large. So some nice large MLCCs. So they don't be long building up. Weight wise, that little tub there, when I weighed that earlier on, I had nearly 230 grams, I think, of them. So that wasn't bad for the week. So going with a 10% precious metal between platinum and silver, I should be getting around 23 grams there between platinum and silver if processed properly. Going by the 10%, but until I do it, I'll see what the yields are once I get it done myself. So that's all I want to talk about on this video. Well, I hope to do videos, get back into the videos now that we're heading back into the autumn. The summer's over here in Ireland. We'll come back into the shorter days, longer evenings. So I hope to do a few more videos, show you what I'm collecting up. So my next video, I hope, I'm just going to run through what I have built up. So I'll be showing you what I have in MLCCs, gold pins, IC chips, RAM chips, VGA chips, CPUs that I'm collecting up, gold fingers, that sort of stuff. What I've built up so far, and why I'm not processing them yet. I want to get a good lot of stuff built up so I can try and work out yields, see if it's worthwhile doing. Maybe as a bit more, give a bit more time to it, concentrate on collecting more stuff. So that's about it really on this video. So please like my channel, subscribe to it, comment on it, anything I should be doing differently, anything I'm missing on boards that I'm not processing. As I say, I remove everything usually with a heat gun. Some of the stuff I don't bother collecting. These likes of these, I don't know what's in them. I don't know whether they're worth collecting. I just throw them away, to be honest. At the moment, maybe there's something valuable in there that I'm missing out on. Same here. These sort of devices here. I know these are aluminium caps, so you can put them in with your aluminium, as far as I can tell. But is there anything else of value in them? Anyone that watched this video, please let me know if I'm missing out on something there. So all I'm really looking on the boards at the moment is the IC chips, the gold pins, the black, the gold cornered BGAs, the MLCCs, the tantalums. They're the main things I remove from the boards. So thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe, and that's it. Till the next video. Thank you.